Hello and welcome to the SIHL Expansion Tournament. I'm exhausted. I had a Battle of the Books competition. As part of it, my team came 5th out of 6th, but there's a reason for that. Only 4 of the 8 members were able to show up because half the team was on a trip in Washington, D.C. But that's another story I'll save for my broadcasts. But enough of that. In just a few hours, I'm going to be on a train to Boston. So, before I go, make one thing clear. I can't do recaps while I'm in Boston. I just can't do it. So what I will do, I'll still sim the games. You'll get to see 3 games. And I'll do this video. I'm doing this video right here. I'm going to look at every team in this video before I go. This not counting today's games. Then from today's games until Friday's games, I'll update it. Maybe I'll post it I'll post the updated standings maybe a couple times a week, a couple times during the week, and then when I get back, I will do an updated version of this video. And the way this is organized is 12-7, 6-1. The worst team being here, the best team being here. And I finally get to use different colored markers. So, I'll explain them. All the teams below this line all these spots are, whoever has these spots when all the tournament games are done, before the playoffs or elimination games, those are what I'm calling them. All these the teams that are in these 4 spots, they won't even make it. And then all their numbers are in red. And these 2 are the wild cards. You don't know, because they could change. And everything above that, you could say it's locked in. So they're in blue, completely in blue. These have the scores, the records in red, and the points in blue. So that's how this is. I'll go through each team and say, it's almost like a forecast of how this team's doing, how I expect them to do throughout this upcoming week where I'll be gone. So we'll go 12-1. Here we go. The Yellow Monsters, starting off with them, 4-10-3. Not really much to say here for these teams at the bottom. Just maybe they'll pick up a couple more wins throughout the rest of the tournament, just next 2.5 weeks, which is about how much longer we have. They're not going to make it. That's pretty much all you need to know. Denver, that's the only one that's I can tell won't make it. Denver, if a team like Winnipeg goes in a losing streak, any of these 3 could jump in. But you would need this Denver. If they go on a winning streak, they can make it. San Diego, it's honestly, Denver, they have to score though. That's their problem. They don't score anything, which is the whole reason they only have 6 wins, because they just struggle to win games. By the way, I'm wearing a Canucks hat. No, I'm wearing a Devils hat. Excuse me. I could have worn a Canucks hat for this, but I already wore one for multiple videos, so I'm wearing a Devils hat because I will be seeing the Devils and the Canucks on Monday, 7:30 p.m. I'll actually get to be there. Then the day before that, I'm going to be at Maine Mariners versus the Adirondack Thunder. So that'll be fun. But enough trip talk. The Denver Dragons, they would need to go on a run, but then you need to start scoring goals. And if they don't have goals, they ain't going anywhere. San Diego, opposite problem. They don't have any defense to save their life. As a result, they just keep dropping games. They're 7-1, but if they win 3 games, they're right back up here. They could be right back in it. Same exact thing with Austin. They're probably the one I'd say have the best chance of flipping with Winnipeg. They have the best chance of moving back in Austin, it's because they can go on like a moment of a hot streak. They look great for a game or two, and then it all falls apart for 3 games, and then they're like Montreal almost. Because they're up, down, up, down, up, down. Is it ever up enough that they can actually make it? As far as this tournament goes, no. Then we actually move on to the wild cards, the teams that are currently in the 2 wild card spots. Minnesota, this one is weird. By the wins, they should be up here. They should be here, where the LA Monsters are. Because the thing is, they keep getting overtime losses. 5-5-6, 15 points. Those 6 points. Otherwise, they'd have 10 points. That's 16 points. That is 16. That's a mistake. That's a big fat mistake. There you go. It's not perfect, but it says 16. 16 points for the Minnesota North Stars. Yeah, any team. Austin, these 2 will probably flip when I do this again on the 29th, the Saturday I get back. Then we move to the Winnipeg Wolfpack. This one is really weird because they just keep sinking. I do know what one of the results will be, but I won't share it. Right now they're 9-9. 18 points in the tournament. They have to get their game together. So it's gonna be interesting to see where this team tends to go as the elimination games come sooner. Then we went into the more defined spots into row number 2. They're all blue in this row because these teams look good. Starting off with the Calgary Cougars, they hold their position well, but if Winnipeg goes on a winning streak, they could flip. And then Calgary would be back in a wild card spot to make it in. And one thing I'll say is these teams will be split in half. It'll be 1-3-5-7, 2-4-6-8. That's how it's going to be split. And the odds will be Group A, the evens will be Group B. Very simple system. And then that's how it'll work. Group A will be on what would be like the west side. Group A would be on the west side. Group B would be on the east side. So we'd have Florida and Boston would be teams in Group B. That makes sense to you. So then we move on to... Sorry if my voice is shot. I just called 2 games. They're New York Eagles. They're going to move... Yeah, it's next to the New York Eagles. It's interesting because they have more points than Calgary, although I think Calgary has looked much better. That's a power rankings thing, so I think Calgary will rise up. I think New York will fall down. That's what I'm trying to say here. Then we move to the Miami Vipers. It's honestly incredible what they've been able to do. They were down here not that long ago. Now they're on the other side of the board. 24 points on the win. They just need to keep that winning going, and then maybe they can not only keep their spot, but do really good in the elimination games, and maybe actually win the trophy at the end with the one time. This never will happen again. Then we go to Philly. I'm trying to rush these things so I can go to bed. I'll upload tomorrow morning. Philadelphia Falcons, 12-7-0, 24 points. Philly, this team they're a solid team. They are really solid, 12-7. Their work ethic's good. Very similar to Miami, but more like as comebacks. Philly's pretty much been good the whole... Philly's been good the whole stretch. Miami, they were like a comeback story. Philly, they've been good. It's like a John Cooper. Might not have as much recognition, but overall, are they one of the best? Absolutely. Then we get into our juggernauts. The Seattle Stingrays. 13-4-1, 27 points, a 3-point gap. A 3-point advantage over Philly. Seattle, there's no stopping this team. They're going to do well. Well, they're doing well, and can they carry this into the elimination games? We will see. Then to our final team, Kansas City. They're your Florida. They're your Tampa Bay Lightning. They are your President's Trophy type of team. They are fantastic. They look great in every way. 15-2-2, 32 points. It's going to be fascinating to see where these what happens to these top two teams in the elimination. How far do they make it? Do they make it past game number 1? We'll see. So those are the teams before the break. I'll do this when I get back. See ya. Goodbye.